All cannot be able to handle.
All right, moving on now. Described by many as quintessential, cerebral, bold, courageous, even audacious, Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajileye recently bowed out of the Nigerian judiciary. Events to celebrate his exemplary years of service featured a valedictory court session, book launch, public lecture, and a Thanksgiving service, among others. Nelson Etta reports.
It was a week-long event to celebrate a man described as the shining light of Nigeria's justice system. Retired Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajileye is regarded as one of Nigeria's leading experts in electronically generated evidence, a beacon of legal erudition, progressivism, truth, equity, as well as courage under fire. The celebration began with a valedictory session held in Lokoja, the Kogi state capital.
My Lord is reputed to be one of the leading authorities on electronic evidence. His contribution to the jurisprudence cannot be ignored.
My prayer simply is that a day will come in Nigeria when the process of appointment of judicial officers will accord respect to merit and be made transparent to the whole world to see.
Next was a public lecture organized by the Rule of Law Development Foundation in partnership with eminent jurists, with the theme, The A to Z of Electronic Evidence in Nigeria.
Every electronic document is presumed to be authentic until the contrary is proved. And the onus of proving the authenticity is on the person who challenges it. So it is for me to just go to court and attempt to tender. The court prima facie will admit until it is challenged. And then somebody who can say that what I have tendered is not authentic is the one who will prove.
The lecture was followed by a Thanksgiving service in his honor in Lokoja. The celebration ended in Abuja with the launch of a new book in his honor titled Interest of Justice, Excellence in Judgment Writing by Judges.
In honor of one of the shining lights of the judiciary and the global community of intellectualism, an uncommon legal personality, a profound jurist, an intellectual icon, Honorable Justice Andrew Alaba Omolaye Ajileye.
It was attended by justices and other members of the nation's judiciary family, as well as the governor of Kogi State, who was represented by his deputy.
His Lordship Honorable Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajileye retired from our judiciary in Kogi State District. In fact, we held a valedictory court session in Lokoja just 2 days ago. I testify that His Lordship is one of those jurists of whom you have no qualms whatsoever in classifying as professional, erudite, wise, upright, even incorruptible, and a fierce defender of the independence of the judiciary as an arm of government.
Cybercrime, cyber secrecy, cyber everything, they are still part of electronic evidence. And if it is possible for you, my Lord, I would suggest that you take a chair in any university and give lectures so that you'll be able to continue to maintain yourself intellectually.
At a time when Nigeria's voting system is driven by technology, more justices like retired Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajileye are needed in the nation's judiciary.
Justice Alaba Omolaye Ajileye, did you tell us about him?
Yeah, Justice Alaba Ajileye is from Ekiti in Kogi State, my village, and he is one of the stars of Kogi State as a whole. Yeah, you see, we've seen many brilliant judges who were unable to make it to the top. because they will never compromise. Alaba Ajile is one of such judges, or was one of such judges. It will have been a thing of joy to me to see him at the level of Supreme Court, Court of Appeal. But you know, in Nigeria, these things are politicized. You know, these things are highly politicized. You have to be nominated to even become chief judge too. You have to be someone who tries to play the game. To become a son, you and I know that you also must be ready to play by certain rules. Otherwise, no matter how brilliant you are, you know how long Ghani was bypassed.
Yes.
You know how long Femi Falana was bypassed.
Yes.
And even people much junior than them, people who did not have their quality,
Yes,
they became sons. So it's a tragedy that someone of the quality of Alaba Ajile didn't get the chance to serve his country on a bigger stage. But I know he's such a self-contented man. I know that he's happy where he is. We've lost an opportunity to elevate him to the Supreme Court. But I believe that he will still be useful, just as someone suggested. In universities, law school, he will still be useful because he's an expert in electronically generated evidence. He's an expert in that area, respected, you know, all over the country.
Consultant.
So he will be a consultant. He will be useful. So I wish him Godspeed as he moves on with his.
Tikian, we had compared to Theo Elias, Nikki Toby, Oputa, these days.
Yes.
Quality of judges we have.
Yes, especially within the Supreme Court level. We've lost so many justices that you expect that would have made it to the Supreme Court. And as Didi rightly said, it's politicized. In those days, you can name the number of justices, the main justices at the Supreme Court. You don't even need to be told. By the time you see their judgments, you know them. We used to know them. So many of them, you don't even need to be told. But now, if you are asked to name 2, 3, 4, 5 justices at the Supreme Court, I doubt whether you'll be able to name any. Not that we don't have very sound ones, but most often than not, you come to see some of these are precise. For someone like Justice Alaba Ajile, I've read so many of his judgments, very sound. Very sound. And you talk about electronic generated judgment and issue. That is a very new type of law.
Yeah.
It is very, very new.
Yes.
In our jurisprudence, very, very new.
They never used to allow anything electronics.
Yes. It's very, very new. And for that, you expect that such a person can be able to make it to at least the Court of Appeal. But we'll see what happens. But he has done his bit. And if Nigerian finding what, which I think we should be able to put in charge of certain other organizations where we can tap. You're talking about law school. We're having most of them coming to schools to teach now. We have so many professors, even retired, they are come around to teach us when we're in school and the rest of them. I think it is better that he's retiring with good health.
Yes.
There are some people,
and his
intelligent, you can see you see him talking. Some of them will retire and they won't be, they don't have it up there for whatever reason. So he should just thank his God that he was able to hit that particular bet. I wish him the best of luck.
You know, people sometimes say, Jide, we like it when you are discussing law. I have many people that I've asked questions when we are discussing legal issues. And they will see, sometimes I'm able to say, look, this is the way this matter will end. And it will end like that. It's because of people like this.
Haven't I told you that I should come?
It's because of people like
how
this.
Many times have
we
outside?
Yes. You see, I will ask a lawyer. Yeah. After asking a lawyer, I will still ask a judge. I have them. I have judges.
What should be position
big
of the law?
Judges that I still ask questions to. The people think we just come here and talk rubbish.
Without researching.
people like this.
I threw a challenge to you, didn't I?
I'm glad.
I'm
glad that I was able to use him. And
you have not answered me.
There are still others that I use.
You've not answered me. I threw a challenge at you, and you told me that
no, God wills that I should be a journalist. God didn't say.
Am I not a journalist?
I should be a lawyer.
Am I not a journalist?
You know, I like arguing a lot, but that doesn't mean I should become a lawyer. It will be worse if I now become a lawyer.
No, it will make you a better.
Trouble.
No, Jide, no. I disagree with you. It will make you a better journalist, because until I went back to read law, there's so many things I took for granted. Forget the fact. You're a journalist, but the fact is, journalism is just like law. Because the journalist, you're expected to know every practical everything.
I take your advice. I take your advice on board.
Please,
I take it on board.
Please do.
Okay.
Please do.
All right, moving on now. After more than 2 decades of